then come back, put up this mast, which is a 40-foot tall pneumatic post, and it has a dish at the top of it. It's a microwave dish, and it also has a little video camera up there that can zoom in and out all around the truck, so you can actually get another shot if you need to, or get a location that you can't normally see from the ground.
So I do programming, community events, and AM Buffalo are my main ones, and then I do the purchasing and whatever else they need me to do.
Where are you from?
I'm from Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. I went to Fredonia. Do internships. That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
You get your foot in the door. You meet people. That's how I got my job. I made friends with the secretary. I left after my internship was over. I kept in touch with them for 6 years, and there was just a job that was going on maternity leave, and she was coming back. I quit my full-time job at a hospital to take a job that paid me less.
That might not be permanent.
It wasn't gonna be permanent. She had her mother-in-law babysitting for her. She wanted to come back part-time. They liked the way I did it. They said it's not a part-time job, and I've been here 26 years. I did the Italian Festival. It was our first year there. We also do different events. We do the breast cancer walk. We do the Variety Club telethon. It airs back in April, and I just moved to March. It's a 12-hour telethon, and I just kind of help out where they need me, find people and get them to where they're supposed to be for that when they're start formatting her show. So the reporters now are called MMJs. Does anybody know what an MMJ is? It's a multimedia journalist. So basically what they're doing is they're reporting and they're doing just job too. So they'll take the camera, they'll set it up on a tripod, set it down, press record, do their story, come back and work with either a photog or an editor to put it together, to put their stories together, whether it's a package or a voice out or whatever. So
Summer camp. So these are
Oh, great.
middle school, high school kids.
Oh, great, yeah. You guys
Mini journalists.
want to be journalists? Best job in the world.
That's what you
You'll
do?
have more fun than you'll ever have in your life. Yeah, I'm an investigative reporter, so I try to find people doing bad things and catch them doing them, and then call them out on it.
Call them
and
out
then
on it.
we go and
They have the athlete picking tower story, the nursing homes.
We just did a story the last 2 days about a phony doctor who's practicing without a license, and I'm sure the teacher remembers all of this. It's been good. The story has been going on for decades, really.
When
And,
I worked here, we were covering him going into jail.
Okay, yeah.
And so, I mean, yeah, he's the snap-on hair guy.
Yep, the stamp-on hair guy. That's right.
Yeah, if you don't know about snap-on hair, he had like implanted like these little snaps.
Yeah.
And then you can take the hair and go. Like Lego hair. Yeah, well,
Like Lego
his
hair,
wife-
exactly. Lego hair. I never heard of that.
and they found that he was the cause of that, and so yeah, he went to jail.
He was on
Yeah.
Forensic Files.
Yes.
I
Yes.
saw him in
He's
Yes.
famous,
Yeah, he's on Forensic
and he
Files.
wanted to talk
and,
today, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
something.
He called us up yesterday. He's out of jail. He's got a new, name and new hairpiece. It's up to his old habits. So this is the best job in the world. Don't listen to anybody who says there's no jobs in journalism, because
There are jobs, it's just hard to get, so follow your dream.
yeah, exactly. Hard to get. You gotta work hard and go to camps like this. You guys are on the right track, it sounds like. So, writing, if you become a good writer, you can learn all of the other things like technology and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that constantly changes anyway.
Yeah, that changes, and you need to be able to adapt, but you need to know how to write and do the basics first.
Yeah, that's the core of kind of what they're learning here this week is writing, but obviously they're also learning a little bit about media.
Yeah.
I told them to shoot anything that moved
That's right.
in wide, medium, and tight shots.
Yeah.
And do internships. I stress that to anybody in any field, whatever field you're going into. It's a foot in the door. You learn it's different from book learning.
Yeah.
And it's a reality, and it gives you a chance to be in the job force and make contacts.
Yeah, our students, we require all of them to have internships now. You have to have an internship, or even
Oh, wow.
but yeah,
Don't trust anything in memory. Write everything down or take a picture on your phone, however you want to record it. I don't trust my memory, so I always have a notebook on me.
You don't want to misquote somebody or be libelous and get in trouble.
we just talked to, I can't remember his first name, J.P. Kennedy, the U.S. District.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that's right. He's a civil servant. He'll still have a job.
Right. But it was interesting. It was good for them.
When did you get started? How long have you been in broadcasting?
I started in 1971, July, so that's what, 46 years ago?
What are some of the biggest differences between being at work today than in
Oh, it's
1971?
all, when I started, we were on a news crew with film. We used to shoot film, and then you'd have to get back by 2 o'clock to get it in the processor to develop it and to get it on at 6 o'clock. Now it's instant. Everything's digital now, instant. No matter where you are, you can go live. So it's all changed. It used to be 3, 4 people on a film crew, now it's one person. They do it all. They go out, shoot, edit, do it all. They got their laptop in the car, they write it, edit it, send it back to the station, email, boom, done. The technology is just, you know, I was a couple months ago at the White House and I'm standing up front and I'm live and my photographer is holding up an iPad and that was it, live on the air here. Where before we had satellite trucks or we'd have to run to ABC or wires, cables, dishes, none of that anymore. So you don't even need a microphone, a tripod, a camera, nothing, just one of these.
What do you think about that?
Everything changes. So
Guys have questions for Mr. Radford?
I wanted to be a disc jockey when I was a kid. That was my big,
He's in the Broadcasters Hall of Fame here in Buffalo.
but I just happened to get in news because that's where they had an opening for a summer relief job for the summertime when people were on vacation. So I took that and then I just stayed in news.
So from what you've seen recently and in the last 30 years, like what would be your advice to people that want to get into journalism, but broadcast journalism specifically?
Well, you just got to be natural and down the middle, you know, don't give any opinion on the air, your personal opinion, and then you got to stand out. There are all kinds of mediocre people who are okay. You got to be either real bad or real good to stand out. And it used to be, oh, you had to have a good voice, you had to look good, you had to. None of that really matters all that much anymore. I mean, you just got to be confident and authoritative and credible and just, you know, give the facts and maybe a little bit of how things might affect people. You know, if you can do that and do something a little different from everyone else, you'll stand out and do real well.
What do you think about the subject of change in this industry?
Everything changes in every industry. So you either go with the flow or you move on to something else, you know? Change, you know, a lot of it's good, some of it's not so good, but that's what happens. So you just do the best you can every day with what you've got, the tools that they give you, and cross your fingers and believe in what you do and enjoy what you do. If you don't enjoy it, then you should probably go do something else.
What's your least favorite part about the job?
Well, probably the 30 years I just spent working the night shift. I'm on days now. I do the noon, 5:30 and 6, so I'm off at 6:30. But working nights for, 30, 35 years, you kind of miss a lot of stuff, but it's 24/7. It's, and what I do is nowhere near as time consuming as if you're a White House reporter for one of the networks or something. It's 24/7. Never ends, never stops.
Case in point, Keith here is an avid, his airplanes and everything, so he covered the big 3407 crash. And that was like right, you were already at work or were you called out?
No, we were here on the air, so we stayed on all night. But I do all the airport, airline, Air Force kind of stuff where I went to the Persian Gulf War with the guys from the air base and the women up in Niagara Falls. Been all over the world with them. Hurricane relief down in the Caribbean, Panama Canal, all over the place. Saudi Arabia.
So is it hard when you're on the air all the time, like overnight like that, and you have to keep talking and
No,
talking?
not as long as you know what you're talking about. Or at least make it sound like you know what you're talking about.
Because there are times like in that crash, we were on all night long.
See, I was lucky in that story because I knew right away what the airplane was, what the airline was, I could recognize. So, but in my job, you have to know a little bit about a lot of stuff. So you can, because many times you get thrown on the air and there's no prompter, there's no script, you just have to start talking.
Interviewed OJ. And
Well, like the OJ, now you're too young to remember all that, but there was a live Bronco chase in LA, and it was all, so they just put me on and just said, start talking. So there was no script or anything, so I was out there for that. So, I've interviewed him a number of times, but the last time was on the 10th anniversary, yeah. Actually, I'm going to run some of that tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock.
Did he get parole?
Tomorrow is the parole hearing.
You guys know OJ?
Yeah, actually, Dan was talking about the Heisman Trophy heist.
Why he's currently in jail.
Charlie, are we interrupting you or no?
You can finish, I'm waiting.
Okay.
We'll just be a few minutes. Sorry, Charlie.
What was that, sir?
I was just telling him about why OJ was currently in jail. And how, was it I guess, what's he
They
like
called it
in person?
kidnapping, didn't they? Because
Well,
they held him in that
before
room.
what happened, he was the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet. He'd do anything for you.
Heard that.
And then that double murder happened, and when I went to see him on the 10th anniversary, I could tell in about 60 seconds that he had gone to the other side. If he did it, which most people think he did, he's convinced himself in his mind that he didn't do it. So and it took, right away I could tell. He's out there.